to those who refuse to see with both eyes.
A lot of days for me recently, it's like every split second the whole universe is created and destroyed. It's like constantly collapsing and reforming, and I think a lot of people feel that. And I think that love is the answer, and that's the only thing that matters. I think there's a lot of really evil people that are in control of everything, but I think people know what to do, and there's going to be a big change.
there are great people in this country. There are wonderful people in this country, like yourself and myself, and we believe in our freedoms, and we believe in mutual respect, and we believe that everybody has the right to be left alone. But, unfortunately, there are also some really bad people. And some of these bad people were part of our Central Intelligence, and some of these bad people were part of covert operations that murder and destroy and manipulate and do some really terrible things that you probably wouldn't even want to know about. So you probably know about them because you do your research, but most people don't want to know it. As soon as you begin to explain something like this to them, they don't want to hear it. It's shattering their paradigm, shattering their whole world, and they don't want to hear it.
There are things dark and heinous in this world. Things too horrible to tell our children.
Who are we? What is the purpose of human life? Why do we hold the beliefs that we do about ourselves and the world? Why do we act the way that we do toward ourselves and others? What is happening in the world today and why? How can we improve ourselves and by doing so improve the world in which we live? Because ultimately, I believe that is most people's goal in life for a truly self-examined individual. They want to improve themselves and they want to improve the world, leave this world a better place than they found it. The truth is simply that which is. Some resonate with it, some do not. Some come into accordance with truth, and some waver radically away from it. But the truth is, it's unwavering, it's unalterable, it's simply the pure state of being, it's that which is. And it exists, it is knowable. We can come to know what the truth is. That is the spiritual journey. Who are we? What is the purpose of human life? Why do we hold the beliefs that we do about ourselves and the world? Why do we act the way that we do toward ourselves and others? What is happening in the world today and why? How can we improve ourselves and by doing so improve the world in which we live? These questions are answerable. The answers are out there. The answers are discoverable. It's up to us to discover the answers to these questions. The biggest lie that can ever be sold, that we can ever personally buy, is simply the lie that there is no truth, or even if there is, it's undiscovered. So why bother to even go out and search for it? This ties in with the philosophy of moral relativism, and it's a dangerous and slippery slope when you go down that path. Because if there is no truth, then there is no right or wrong either. There is truth. It is knowable by us. It is our job to find out what the truth is. And the solution for the problems that humanity currently faces is indeed a raising of consciousness. Consciousness must be raised on a global scale. The way that is done is by raising it on an individual scale. Within each individual, consciousness must be raised. And as each individual consciousness is raised, global consciousness is raised. I'd like to encapsulate how I feel about consciousness. This is a quote that is on the oracle at Delphi in Greece. Heed these words, you who wish to probe the depths of nature. If you do not find within yourself that which you seek, neither will you find it outside. If you ignore the wonders of your own house, how do you expect to find other wonders? In you is hidden the treasure of treasures. Know thyself, and you will know the universe and the gods.
Behind it all that most people don't recognize is it all starts with magic.
Let's start with a definition.
Okay.
What is magic? And we definitely see that it is the mainstay of the elite, and it's part of the program that is completely ignored, not realizing that many of the elite are members of secret societies that practice ancient magic rituals that have been passed down for thousands of years.
Humanity is starting to wake up to this concept that they have superpowers that we have been led to believe that are only in fairy tales, but they're actually really real. And they're being used against you every day. And so if you don't know the modus operandi of the sorcerers and the concepts of magic, then you'll be totally lost about what's happening in the world today. So a good definition, well, this one comes from Aleister Crowley. He's not a personal favorite of mine, but he defined magic as the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with the will. So the will force is one of the most important concepts of magic. You can't work magic without it. It's what drives you, you know? And so by this definition, anything could be a magical act. Walking across the room, you use your imagination and your will to make a change in three-dimensional reality. Making an omelet could be considered a magical act. You know, you have your will and your imagination, a little bit of alchemy, and you have breakfast. But so we do this every day. And now we have a new definition. It's kind of updated, and it says magic is the science and art of causing change in consciousness to occur in conformity with the will, using means not currently understood by traditional Western science. So that means anything that you can imagine, anything you can symbolize, can be made to produce a change in consciousness and therefore change in your environment. Because if you change yourself, you're changing the world. If you change yourself, you're changing the world. If you change yourself, you're changing the world. If you change yourself, you're changing the world.
That's very nice. Can you expand a little bit, like the difference between a sorcerer and a magician?
Well, not to just throw in the basic definition, but the idea between the magic and the magician and the sorcerer, one is that we are all magicians. And this is something that has been stomped upon by, religious fanaticism. Most of those that would study religion openly would see that magi or magicians visited Jesus on his birth. So the concept of using magic is actually a biblical tale. You look back to Moses fighting with the pharaonic magicians in Exodus as they do battles creating frogs and worms and floods and plagues, and these were the forms of magic used in the biblical lore. But on another level, we are all magicians in that we create our reality, we create the third dimension without realizing it, causing miracles and synchronicities to occur in your path.
This is just the first step of magic, is your imagination. And so this is what is up for grabs in the war for your mind, is your imagination and will. Magicians love humanity, and their efforts are for the benefit of everyone, and they have no ambition to impose their beliefs upon others, but they just aspire to, respectively learn from and teach those who have ears to hear. But then you have a sorcerer, who I defined as someone who, seeks to enforce changes in consciousness on a grand scale. And he attempts to master command over the laws of nature according to his own will. And his philosophy favors the desires of the few, pitted against the good of the many, and his obsession is the quest for private power. So carried to this furthest extreme, the sorcerer's ambition is to wield supreme authority over the entire universe and to make himself a god.
Here's the crux of the problem, is that we've been separated from our very natural system. If you look at money destroys all synchronistic miraculous events, because now you believe you deserve it. You have earned enough of these magical notes in order to deserve something. And so now there's no more miracles in your life, no more giving and receiving, and no more blessings from the great force of the universe, right? God or whatever. You are now solely in charge of your reality by collecting these magical notes. In the same way, we have been separated from the natural beauty. And as we have been separated from the beauty, we then start to generate what are called control dramas, which are methods of psychically sucking the energy out of other people. And this is the cause of all conflict in our planet. So now we have an understanding that we have trained ourselves as children to build up these control dramas that then we use later in life to suck the energy off of others. So you got people who will never shut up, or an intimidator, an interrogator who's sucking all your energy and doesn't let you get in a word, or those people that go to make sure that you can't get a word in edgewise, while they think of something else to say. And all these different methods are being aloof, going off and hiding in your corner, making people come ask you what's wrong. This is another way of psychic vampirism. And if we were able to start to understand this and then regenerate the beauty in our lives and be able to see and gather energy from the beauty around us, then we could share that beauty and that energy easily with anyone that's lacking, and we would not suffer ourselves. And so part of this whole system is to remove us from all of that natural beauty and replace it with this aggressive type of, money worship, things of that nature. And the solution lies in us returning to the beauty, returning to gathering energy psychically from the love, animals, plants, everything around us, and then sharing that with the others, because there is only one cure to trauma-based mind control, and that is nurturing. That's it. Which is where we're at right now, where everybody feels that we are at the end and there is no time left to grow your garden, no time to go out and share with your friends, no time left at all. And we're stuck in the reptilian brain because that generates the fight or flight status. But if we could convince the world, and this is a very difficult thing to convince people of, that the universe is actually miraculous in its nature, and that your true divine purpose is always within you, and miracles, the universe will actually form itself around to make sure that the right thing happens to you if you allow it. And trying to convince people of the miraculous or the synchronistic reality of life is very difficult, because you won't believe it until you experience it. And until you even think about it and go out and try to experience it, it's never even reflected, just like magic, as a portion of your existence.
And as long as they keep us in fear and searching outside ourselves for everything, disconnected from nature, the killed the mothers, the creative energy, creativity in general.
And nurturing and unconditional love. Now, nurturing, unconditional love, and forgiveness are the three things that they're scared of.
Do you think they even created a phrase to pervert it with nature versus nurture?
Yes.
Seem as if there's some kind of conflict between the two, when really they are. Nurture is natural.
Right.
remember the cartoon, Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam or whatever, and draws the line. Don't step over that line. He steps over the line. He draws another line, right? Okay. For me personally, we're at the last line. Free speech is the last line. Because once we lose that, there's no end. If you've ever seen The Killing Fields about Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge, what Stalin did, obviously what Hitler did, any socialist system, which tend to be left, by the way, just a point there, once you cross that line, okay, you look at every top totalitarian regime in the last 100-something years, who did they kill first? They killed the disabled. Who did they kill next? They killed the artists. Okay. Why are ideas, as John Lennon once sang, imagine, why are ideas so powerful? Because they are. They are the thing that cannot be defended against. An idea, a whisper, a rumor. No wall can stop the truth. The truth. Once we lose that lane of free speech in this country, it's over. It might still be called America, but it is over. So I don't care what your trendy argument, I don't care what your hashtag argument is. If you do not stand for free speech, you do not stand for America. That means you want something else. And if you think your something else is going to be better than America, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. And I will fight that fight to my dying breath. Because look, I was propagandized as a kid to believe that everything America did was great. Like a lot of people, as I got into the world in the 70s and 80s, I realized that wasn't true. America has done plenty of horrible things. You start with the Native Americans and work your way backwards. So I'm no, America's perfect, I've never believed that, nor did my father. But I do believe America's better than any other political or social system that's ever been created in the world. Prove me wrong, I'm willing to listen. We're Americans. We love our country. And if you're a true American, you love the enemy.
Tell me what I should be doing with my life, where I should be going, and exactly how I should be going about my life. Plenty of people are going to tell me how I'm supposed to do it based on some, I don't know what reason, for whatever reason they think I should be doing something a specific way. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. It doesn't make sense. This is too good. I'm too happy. This is working for me great. I no longer see the point of why wait till I'm 65 to enjoy this. This is life. I know life is incredibly short. Who wants to wait till the end of their life to be this happy? This is all that matters. You get one shot at it. Get out there and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. All the places I've been, all the things I've seen, what an incredible chapter of my young life. And I never want it to end. I can still never get enough. You can't pack these days full enough. Man, I love life. I love life more than I've ever loved life before. This feels so good. Can't live like this, you are the only obstacle to living like this, because you can, and you can absolutely be happy.